Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Soul Eater Season 1, Episode number 11 of my show, but this is about Episode number 10. Now before I start talking about it, as I believe I stated this before in my previous video, the 9th episode was technically the halfway mark, so now that I'm talking about Episode 10, I have 3 more videos left. Well, technically 2 because after this one. Well, because I got episodes 11, let's see, 11, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So about 4 more videos left. But there's 13 episodes. The 14th one is probably going to be about the last episode. So this is History of Soul Eater Season 1, Episode number 11 of my show, but this is about Episode number 10. And, Episode number 10 in the English dub is called, The Enchanted Sword Masamune, Break the Soul Possession, A Heart Sings in the Rain. Now, before I talk about this video, I just want to put a little bit of a disclaimer. I just want to give you guys a fair bit of warning. I believe I stated this in my last video. I told you guys that the next 2 episodes that when I put it in the description, I told you guys that the next 2 episodes of this first season, I was going to have to reference the Naruto series. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And basically, as I believe I said before, this episode that I'm talking about, which I believe I stated in my previous video, has Black Star and Tsubaki going to the village of Shen, also known as the Village of Needles, to collect the soul of the Enchanted Sword Masamune. Sorry about that, guys. I burped a bit. Again, apologize. Now, getting into what I was saying, before this episode starts off, it has a little bit of an opening where it shows Tsubaki and her brother. And basically, Tsubaki's name comes from a type of flower called the camellia blossom. Some stuff. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. That's also going to be referenced in the next episode. And after the next video, we'll have 2 more left. Because this is technically 3 more. Because the one I'm talking about is episode 11 of my show, but about episode number 10. So the last video will probably be episode number 14 of my own show, but about episode number 13. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, getting into what I was saying. After the opening scene, it goes to where Death is with Tsubaki, and he's talking with Tsubaki about Masamune, saying that if he does continue the way he is, he will eventually become a Kishin. And as I stated in this series, the Kishins are basically demons. I believe I stated this in my first video that I did for this series, where I was, when I was recording these at Rose Inc. Day program. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, Death is saying, that, basically Death is saying that about the Enchanted Sword Masamune, if he continues the way he is right now, he will eventually become a Kishin. And he's telling Tsubaki, is she ready for it? She knows how difficult the battle is going to be. And Tsubaki says that she's put a lot of thought into it. And Masamune has to be stopped no matter what. And then Death is basically wondering what Black Star has to say about this. And she tells Death that she hasn't told Black Star the entire story about Masamune yet. Now the thing that she hasn't told Tsubaki, that she hasn't told Black Star, is what her connection is with the Enchanted Sword. You see, this is technically Tsubaki and Masamune are brother and sister. What I mean by that is they're both members of the Nakasakasa family, which in the anime is a special form of weapons, like special clan that can turn into weapons and stuff, and I'll explain more about that. I thought I'd get that part out of the way. Oh, and remember when I said before that I'd have to reference the Naruto series? I'll give you guys a little bit of a heads up and a warning about this. The reason why I believe I stated this before, but I'm going to tell you guys again. The reason why I said I'm going to have to reference the Naruto series is because of Black Star's star tattoo. I'll explain more about that later when I get into the part where they're in the episode. Now, it goes into the scene where Tsubaki and Black Star are in the village of Shen, also known as the village of Needles. And then Black Star causes all this commotion. And then the people of the village come out, and then Black Star starts accusing people of being the Enchanted Sword, which they're not. And then everything goes okay. That is until this one boy, whose name is Ryoku, sees Black Star's star tattoo on his arm, and then he starts getting angry. And then the old man that's there, he also sees Black Star's star tattoo, and he freaks out. Now that I got into that, I just want to mention something about the tattoo. You see, the star tattoo is a symbol of Black Star's family, the Star Clan. Basically, what the Star Clan was in the anime was they were a clan of assassins, and everyone knew that they'd do anything for like money and stuff. And 13 years ago or so, before the events of the series, the rest of the Star Clan's members' souls were taken by Lord Death and the Meisters from the Academy. Now, the reason why they didn't take Black Star's soul at the time was because when they were doing that, he was just a baby at the time, so they took him in and stuff, which kind of is... That's what I mean when I say I'm going to have to reference the Naruto series, because that circumstances may be different, but the way the villagers in Shen treat Black Star is similar, at least in my personal, honest opinion. This is my opinion, guys. I'm uploading this to YouTube and stuff, and as I believe I've stated this with a couple of my other videos, YouTube is about like people's opinions, and this is my opinion on it. That's the reason why I have to reference the Naruto series, because the way they treat Black Star is the same way the people of Konoha, also known as the village hidden in the leaves, which, by the way, I'm just going to mention this again. Konoha is the ancient word for the name for the word leaves, and it's also called the land of fire. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, well, now where was I? Yeah, I was getting off topic there for a second. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, the way they treated Black Star was similar to the way at the beginning of the original segment of the Naruto series, the people of Naruto's village always treated him, but it was for a different reason. But in my personal opinion, it's the same circumstance. And this also leads into what happens later on in the episode. Then the boy that got angry when he saw Black Star's star tattoo is off in the distance, and he's saying about that Star Clan murderer being there and stuff, and he's saying about the sickle, will it be enough to do something against them? And basically, he says he's old enough now to get revenge for what the Star Clan did, because apparently it was the Star Clan assassins that killed his mother and father. So, and that's also going to represent the Naruto series in my personal opinion. But personally, you see, Black Star is the last member of the Star Clan, so in a way he's sort of a mix of, I guess you could say, both Naruto and Sasuke from the Naruto and Naruto Shippuden animes. I'm just getting that out of the way. So he's kind of a mixed character, in my personal opinion. The way they treat him in that village, in that episode, in those two episodes, is the same way the people of his village, Naruto's village, treated him for 12 years, but it's for a different reason. They treated him that way because of the star tattoo, and in Naruto's case, the people of his village treated him the way they did because they resented him because of the fox spirit inside of them. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And I'll explain more about the Naruto stuff later on, guys. And then Black Star is... Now, getting back into what I was saying, Black Star is basically telling Tsubaki about his clan and how 13 years ago their souls were taken by Lord Death and the other Meisters from the Academy. And here's the good part. You see, at the time when they took the rest of the Star Clan's souls, Black Star was just a baby at the time, so they took him in. Which kind of does make sense, really. It makes sense. And then Tsubaki is basically saying that it wasn't... she still doesn't like the way people treat him like that because it wasn't his fault. And then he starts getting funny and stuff, and he's saying that because of his name, he was the center of attention. And then Tsubaki is telling Black Star that remember when they first got here, that she said she had something to talk to him about. And then he says, then Black Star tells her not to worry, because he doesn't know how she's connected with the Enchanted Sword. But like I said, Tsubaki and the Enchanted Sword are basically brother and sister. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing with what I was saying before, what was I saying before? And getting back into it, the boy that confronted Black Star when he saw the tattoo, Ryoku, he gets upset because apparently it was because of those assassins that his mother and father died. And then Masamune, in his human form, sees Ryoku, and then he sort of takes over his body using a technique he called the soul possession technique. Now, I'll explain about that. You see, what the soul possession technique is, it's sort of like the soul resonance, only it's a bit different. Instead of matching soul wavelengths, the Enchanted Sword takes control of his host by using the fear that is inside their hearts. And then once the sword is done what it needs to do, it devours the host completely, which is kind of stupid, really. And then when Black Star goes to confront the Enchanted Sword, he sees it's that same kid with the money. And Tsubaki is basically telling Black Star about the soul possession technique, which, as I stated, is sort of like the soul resonance, but a bit different because it takes possession. And then she's saying that the enchanted sword may be powerful, but it can't. He can't hold on to control two soul wavelengths at the same time. So she tells Black Star that if he shoots his soul wavelength at him, at the boy, the enchanted sword will be able to separate, and after that lead the rest of the battle to her and stuff. And then after, he uses a technique with the soul resonance called Shield Star, and uses his Black Star Big Wave to break the control that Masamune has over Ryoku. Tsubaki goes inside the sword to confront her older brother, to confront her brother, and that's sort of where this episode stops. Well, but before it ends, Tsubaki is inside the enchanted sword, and she's saying that she knows what it's gonna do. He's gonna try to take control of her and then devour her soul. But then the Masamune says that he's not gonna do that. He thinks he's gonna devour her soul just the way it is. And then she says hi to her brother, and that's basically where this episode stops. So that's gonna end this video, guys. So until next time, I'll see you guys next week. And like I always tell you guys with this series, watch it or I'll take your soul.